Hey guys, it's AP Gains here, and today I'm going to do a little quick video. It's going to be off the cuff, nothing too serious. The topic we're going to talk about is Star Wars Galaxy Heroes dead? Now, for those of you who follow my channel, you guys are mostly beginner, early game to mid game players, so for you, you're like, what do you mean is Star Wars Galaxy Heroes dead? There's so many characters. There's so much money I have yet to spend. There's so many hours of farming for no reason I have left to do. What do you mean is Galaxy of Heroes dead? And what I mean by that is once you eventually get to the end game, like all of the YouTubers who play this game, there's nothing to do. Now see, the reason that could lead to the end of the game is not because there's nothing to do in this game. Because clearly if you're free to play, if you're hyperdrive, if you're early to mid game, there's plenty of stuff to do. I mean, there's not stuff to do hours and hours throughout the day, but there's stuff to do a little bit every day for years to come. So if you play this game semi-casually, you might think, well, I've never considered this game dying, to be perfectly honest with you. But the big problem arises when all of the people who make videos for this are these end game players who've been playing for 5+ years. They're so invested time-wise and money-wise into this game. If Capital Games doesn't keep adding stuff for them to make videos on, their revenue source dries up. They have to make videos on other games to pay their bills because lots of them are full-time YouTubers. And that makes sense because it's their job. It's like if you went to work and all of a sudden your boss was like, hey, we don't really got anything for you to do. You can stay employed. We're not going to pay you though. Like you would leave and look for a new job. So what happens is when these big YouTubers leave, there's no new players getting introduced to the game because most people find out about this game because they get it recommended to them. Like one of these Mobile Gamer or Cubs Fan Han or Arnold T101 videos pop up and they're like, oh, what's this? Star Wars, I love Star Wars. And they see the video and like, oh, this looks cool. And they jump into it. I know that's how I jumped into this game. I had no idea this game's been out for 5 years. So once all of these people stop making videos, like CG is going to have to actually advertise themselves, and they don't like to. I've only ever seen one Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes ad in my entire life, and it was months after I started playing, and it was only there because I think it was on one of the forums. So we know CG, they're not going to advertise. They're not going to get any new players. They're going to milk what they have for all of the money they can get. It's the basic cash cow principle. They're not going to spend any new money, and they're going to up the pricing till everyone's gone. Then they're going to make a new game. It's basic economics. It's basic ownership of a cash cow enterprise. So that's what I'm afraid of, is I'm afraid all of the big YouTubers are going to leave. We all know about Arnold losing his account. That's going to lower the production value he has because he won't have all of these characters that he had on his big whale account. And sure, account transfers against the terms of service, but people who are important get away with tic-tac, knick-knack stuff in video games. They get away with it in real life. I'm not saying it's justified or right. I'm just saying if you are going to go after only one account for this, I'm not talking about cheaters. I'm not talking about going after thousands of people for account transfer because thousands and thousands of people have done it. If you're going to go after one account and it's going to be the most important account to the community as a whole, you're trying to kill the game. So I just think that they finally said, we'd rather do something else. We'd rather do something else. What can we do to expedite this process, to get on with our lives? Because we do not want to make Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes videos. Not videos. We don't want to make Galaxy of Heroes content. We want to make a new game. We're bored. So I think what they're doing is they're starting a little uprising. They're going to get themselves a little notoriety because Donald Trump said all publicity is good publicity. That's why he says some weird shit. But anyway, what they're going to do is they're going to try to get as much media attention as possible. They might start banning more accounts. They might start enforcing stuff that they've never enforced before, like the mod services. They're going to try to get everyone in the Star Wars community to know about them. And then they're going to disappear. And then they're going to come out with a Star Wars game that we want to play. And we're going to forget all about it. No one's going to remember, oh, CG, they banned Arnold's account. They bumped up the prices. Galactic Legends cost $2,500 to acquire. No one's going to remember that. All that's going to happen is they're going to get their little moment of glory. They're going to make a ton of money. They've already made $1 billion. They'll make another $100 million because people are going to be scared that the game's going away. The game will go away. That $1.25 to $1.5 billion they'll eventually have made in the lifespan of the game, they'll have that money. We won't have it anymore. It won't be worth anything to us because the game won't work. And then they'll come out with another game, and we'll spend another $1 billion on it. And they're going to do this until the sun explodes. This is just what mobile game companies do to us. And if you're wondering why, there's been no background. Because there's nothing for me to do. I'm out of squad arenas. I mean, if it ever loads. I don't want to do fleet arena because that's boring. I'm saving my energy because in like 10 minutes it'll be midnight and I'll get to spend that on stuff. There's no events, like no one likes Smugglers Run event. Ground War Assault Battles is coming in 40 minutes, so that'll be fun, but then I got Omega Battles the next day. It takes 3 seconds to sim all 3 of those battles. They're not adding any content to this game. They're going to drop a Galactic Legends to make a quick $100 million, and then it's over. And it's sad, but that's just how it's going to work. Please leave the comments your thoughts. This is a late video. I just kind of wanted to get it out there, mostly just because I haven't uploaded in a while, but comment a smiley face if you watch this whole video, and I'll give you guys a smiley face back in the comments, I guess. Alright guys, I'm going to take off. This is AP Gains. Don't worry about liking and subscribing. This video wasn't worth it. But I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys later.